Fiber is one of those things that you know is important, but you're not really sure why it's important or what it even is. So in this video, we're going to be talking about fiber. Fiber is one of those things that's often overshadowed in our diets, but it plays a crucial role in maintaining our health and well-being. So it's often overlooked, but it's found in plant-based food. It has a whole load of benefits for our digestive health, our overall health, and beyond. So from digestive health all the way to heart health. It's basically a nutritional powerhouse, and it's really underestimated. So if you incorporate it, a fiber-rich food diet into your lifestyle, you can pave the way for a healthier, more balanced life. So in this video, let's find out what health benefits of fiber are and what actually is fiber. If you're new here, I'm a family medicine doctor, and on this channel we talk about medical topics and lifestyle. So what is fiber? At its core, fiber is the indigestible part of plant foods. So unlike other nutrients that our body breaks down and absorbs, fiber remains largely intact as it passes through our digestive system. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate found in plant foods, but unlike other carbohydrates, the body can't digest fiber. Instead, what fiber does is it passes through the digestive tract, performing other important functions for the body. So plant foods contain two helpful types of fiber, which are soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Not eating enough fiber can contribute to imbalances in blood sugar, digestive symptoms, high cholesterol, even hormone issues. And on the other hand, a diet high in fiber reduces the risk of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, hemorrhoids, irritable bowel syndrome, and other chronic health conditions. So fiber isn't just your gut's best friend. It plays a crucial role in other things, like we mentioned, and especially in weight management and making you feel full and satisfied. So in order to get the full benefits of fiber, plant foods must be eaten in their whole form or close to their whole form. I'll explain that in a minute. So while fresh fruit and vegetable juices contain vitamins and minerals, they do not often contain the beneficial fiber found in their whole food form. So that's important to note, and we'll touch upon it a little later. So let's jump into soluble fiber. So this type of fiber dissolves in water to form a gel, which slows the digestion of food. Think of it as like a sponge that soaks up water, helping to lower cholesterol and stabilize blood sugar levels. We'll talk about the intake of fiber in a second, but good food sources of soluble fiber, they include apples, artichokes, asparagus, bananas, berries, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, dark leafy greens as well, nuts, oats, squash. So let's take the apple for example. So the inner portion of an apple contains soluble fiber, whereas the peel is made of insoluble fiber. So what is insoluble fiber? So this type of fiber absorbs water, but it does not dissolve. So what insoluble fiber does is it adds bulk to your diet, and it aids in digestion and keeping things moving smoothly. So it helps to move food and waste through the digestive system, which promotes regular bowel movements and prevents constipation, hemorrhoids, and diverticular disease. We made a few videos on diverticular disease and how fiber impacts it, so please take a look at those videos. Good food sources of insoluble fiber, they include beans, carrots, legumes, nuts as well, tomatoes, and whole grains. Now let's talk about what we touched upon are the health benefits of fiber. So digestive health, that's the most important thing here. So fiber promotes regular bowel movements, it prevents constipation, and it maintains a healthy digestive system. It also helps preventing diverticulitis, diverticular disease, which we mentioned a second ago, a condition which is characterized by inflammation of pouches in the colon. Well, first you get pouches and then you can get inflamed pouches. One of the most common health problems actually in modern civilization is chronic constipation. So fiber is really, really important there. So studies of other cultures have shown that, they eat loads and loads of fiber and they are spared of some of these chronic diseases, including diverticular diseases. So people living in rural areas, they pass stools very much more often as opposed to people eating the standard American diet, I suppose, or the Western diet. The other thing that fiber is good for is weight management. So fiber-rich foods, they are often more filling, and we'll mention some of the foods in a second, but promoting a sense of fullness and reducing overall calorie intake is a good thing for most people, but it can be beneficial for those aiming to manage or lose weight as well. So think about that aspect as well. Blood sugar control. So soluble fiber, it slows down the absorption of sugar and it aids in blood sugar control. So this is really important in individuals who have diabetes or those at risk of developing diabetes. We just mentioned how the gel-like substance that's formed in the digestive tract occurs, and that's what serves to slow down the absorption of sugar. So this gradual absorption then, it prevents a spike and a crash of the blood sugar from happening. So it's really, really good for diabetics to keep that in mind. Heart health is the next thing. So a diet high in fiber, it's linked to a reduced risk of heart disease. So soluble fiber helps lower cholesterol levels by binding to cholesterol particles and then thus removing them from the body and preventing their absorption into the bloodstream. So it adds and aids in a healthier cardiovascular system, lowering the risk of getting heart attacks and strokes and things like that. Then is the gut microbiome. So big hot topic, the gut microbiome. So fiber serves as fuel for the good bacteria or the beneficial bacteria in our gut, and then that promotes a healthy balance of microbiomes there. This has implications on our immune system and overall well-being, because the gut is one of the main barriers between the outside world and inside our bodies. So gut bacteria, they affect the entire body, including the brain. So the gut-brain axis you may have heard of as well. The beneficial bacteria in the gut, they have many functions, like we just said, but a lot of them are to synthesize some vitamins, help with digestion, balances mood, reduces anxiety, and protects against infection and some forms of cancer as well. So the gut microbiome, really misunderstood or not understood well enough actually, and it's hugely important in this overall story. So strains of good bacteria in the gut, they're associated with lower rates of obesity, diabetes, and various other GI issues. Diverticulitis we mentioned earlier on as well. So different microbiomes, they thrive on different types of food, different bugs in your gut, they thrive on different types of food, and fiber is one of these foods. So how do we increase your fiber intake? So it's generally recommended that adults eat about 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day. Some guidelines even saying up to 38 grams for example, males aged 18 to 50. So these are the guidelines, but unfortunately, most adults in the US and the rest of the Western world, they don't consume even half of that. So this is a disaster. And because it's a disaster, here are some easy tips and ways to increase your fiber intake. So aim to eat 5 to 10 servings of fresh vegetables per day. Veggies are a huge source of fiber, like we mentioned. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, great source, and they offer other health benefits as well. Incorporate fresh whole fruits and vegetables into every meal and snacks as well. It doesn't matter if they're raw or cooked, but try to do a bit of both because it ensures a mix of both soluble and insoluble fiber. Remember the apple example that we mentioned earlier on. When it comes to snacks, don't forget to add nuts and seeds as well because they're very beneficial. Choose whole grains, whole grain rice, whole grain bread, whole grain pasta. That's very important. Brown rice, quinoa, also great options there as well. And get creative. If you have animal protein recipes, swap it out for some beans or legumes. See how that works out. Sometimes that can work out well in chilies, soups, and stews and things like that. And we also mentioned smoothies and juices earlier on. So swap the juice for a smoothie because it's the same thing. It just has all the fiber. It adds the pulp to the story as well. So that's how to add more fiber to your diet. Aim between 25 and 35 grams of fiber a day. That's critical for maintaining a good gut microbiome and a healthy digestive tract and beyond. If you like this video, please check out our other videos on fiber and diverticular disease, which is one of the main things related to this whole fiber story.